Aarav moved into his new college hostel. The warden gave a strict warning: never stay in room 6. That was the only room left. The room was unusually cold, with dark marks. As he unpacked, he noticed something scratched on the wall. "I'm still here." Thinking it was a prank, he laughed it off. At midnight, he woke to heavy breathing. The lights wouldn't turn on. He whispered, "Who's there?" A voice answered from the darkness, "Your roommate." Aarav didn't sleep after hearing the whisper. The next morning, he asked the warden. The warden avoided his eyes and said, "That room has no bathroom." It was sealed. Confused, Aarav returned and checked again. He found a locked bathroom door. That night, as he lay in bed, the sound of water dripping. Then came the faint sound of someone crying. He pressed his ear to the door. The crying stopped. And from the other side, a whisper hissed, "Why did you come back?" The next day, Aarav's roommate jokes. Some students warned him seriously. Anyone who stays in room 6 doesn't last more than 3 nights. Aarav tried to ignore them. The mirror fogged up. "Don't stay here." He froze. The reflection blinked, a second too late, and it smiled. On his 4th night, Aarav noticed something strange. The other bed in room 6, empty until now, looked disturbed, as if someone had been lying there. At midnight, Aarav awoke to the sound of chains dragging across the floor. He looked over and saw a pale figure sitting on the other bed. Its eyes were hollow, its mouth sewn shut. Aarav's heart pounded as the figure raised a hand. Then, in a voice that shouldn't be possible, it whispered, "Get out before they take you too." Before they take you too, Aarav's heart pounded in fear as he realized he was not alone. Aarav decided he couldn't stay in room 6. That night, he packed his bag and went to sleep in Rohan's room. At midnight, a knock came. Rohan opened it. No one was there. Then a knock echoed from the next room. Each door slammed with force. Finally, the knocking stopped until Aarav's phone lit up with a message. "You can't leave me. Room 6. Aarav was filled with dread. Something was waiting in room 6. The silence was unsettling. Aarav begged the warden, but the answer was chilling. His room would always be his. The courtyard was empty. Faces began to press against the glass. Dozens of pale faces appeared. He stumbled back in fear, whispered, "Stay with us forever." They began to smile with his face. The next morning, Aarav woke to screams echoing. Students rushed out of their rooms, pointing at the walls. Every hallway was covered in fresh red writing. The same message repeated again and again. Terrified, Aarav ran back to his room. But when he entered, his bag was gone. Instead, his own clothes hung neatly in the cupboard, and on the ceiling above his bed were the words. Aarav was filled with dread and confusion. The atmosphere was thick with fear. He needed to find answers quickly. Students whispered about the message they saw. Aarav made a decision to confront this. The mystery of room 6 was just beginning. What lurked in the shadows of the hostel? Memories came flooding back, haunting him. He pushed open the door to room 6. What awaited him inside was unknown. The tension was thick, predatory. Fear consumed him as he entered. What would he discover in the darkness? That night, Aarav decided to run, but the exit gate was chained shut. Behind him, footsteps echoed. Every student stood motionless. Together they whispered, "Stay, it's your turn." The lights flickered, and then he was back in room 6. The bed was neatly made. On the wall, a fresh line appeared. The warden locked the door from outside. Room 6 had claimed its next roommate. Aarav realized he was trapped. Shadows surrounded him in darkness. Their eyes were empty and cold. A chill ran down Aarav's spine. He felt utterly alone in room 6. Room 6 had him, and he knew it. ...